Good afternoon. My name is Pedro from John Bosco, but I'm a foreigner. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and I moved over here back in 1981. And I'm proud of being out of my church for 40 years. When I got back into the church, I met Father Sid, and I put him in a predicament. Okay? The only reason I came back was because I was having a mental issue. I'm trying to do good things. I got involved into the wrong things. I started hearing voices, but it was not the voice of God. The good portion about that is that because I was listening to the bad one, I understood that God was alive. And now I come to church. Well, let me go back. The reason I went out of my church, and actually I was raised on a Catholic school, Marianist. The reason I got out was because we were playing in the church yard. We were playing hide and seek. And unfortunately, one of the priests kicked me because we were in the wrong place. That drove me away from the church. Because how is it possible that we're not doing really anything bad, and a priest who should be merciful, he was not merciful with me at all. Just keep me on my side. Let me mention that drove me away, because how this is possible that a priest would do that. He was somebody that should have been a Christ for me, and he was not. I was away from the church for 40 years. It took me 40 years to listen to the bad one and understand that I need to come back. The thing I understood from that when I got back is I didn't come back for any priest, for any bishop. I came back basically to talk to the Lord, to listen to Him. And whenever I go to church nowadays, and whenever I have my communion, and whenever I go to confession, I always remember that I'm here in that church because of it, and not because what any father or any bishop or anybody else tells me. I go there because I want to share my life with the Lord. And it's very difficult coming back. Yes, it is. Because I'm scared still. I believe that I'm in good shape. I believe I'm going through the right road. But there is a Holy Spirit that gives me some questions, puts some questions to me. And I'm scared of following the right thing to do. I want you to think about that personally. Okay? Now, the second issue I would like to talk about at this point in time is one topic that has kind of mentioned lately in here. It's about the children. I used to work at one point in time for the school system, and I heard somewhere in one of the books that one of the problems that was going on with Germany was that because they have been eliminating kids, youth, they have been getting in trouble financially. Because, and my point of view from that is that they have not been allowing kids to be born, okay? And they're not really caring about kids. And I can understand that we have very good plans trying to make us stable. But I can guarantee you that if we don't take care of growing our kids within this Catholic Church, we will always be in trouble. Because our future is not us. I'm 74 years old and we're to the point that pretty soon we'll be gone. Somebody has to take my spot. And it's not going to be my wife, she's 1 year younger than I am. We're still young, by the way. But we need new blood in our church. And that new blood is coming from kids. And we have to find out ways to get them back in here. Whichever way. A third point is that even though I was in a Catholic school, nobody ever showed me the importance of prayer. And prayer is not just going to church and recite some things that we know by heart. When I got in trouble, I got into a ministry that showed me about praying. And nowadays, every morning I spend 1-2 hours in the morning trying to talk to the Lord. Most of the time, I say, you're not listening. But it's untrue. Because little by little, He's illuminating me to have the strength to step up here and to say that God is alive. He's opening my heart. And it's very difficult when I'm fighting Him. And the only way I can do it is if He speaks to me. I remember a student once told me, Mr. Guzman, how I'm going to listen to the Lord when I don't see Him, He doesn't speak to me, I don't know anything. When she told me that, the thing I tried to do was basically go back to the Bible and find out a way where it would say, here it is. See, this is how you hear Him. No. It's by speaking to Him early in the morning. Get up your bed and pray. I found out that, and it's very difficult to follow up on that. But once you start doing it, it will help. And believe me, those who believe that are good citizens as a Christian, let me tell you, the more you get into knowing Him, the harder it gets. Because we started in Galilee, and we're going to Calvary. We cannot avoid that. That's our road. So whoever thinks that it's going to be easier, sorry to hear that, because I'm finding out that my road is getting more difficult. And the only thing I can do is pray, keep my faith, hope, and believe in the Lord of God. Amen.